Hi, this is Goda Pranayji, and today let's discuss about one of the very important topic from GS paper 3, and that is inflation. So what is inflation? So before moving forward, let me tell you. So we will be discussing this topic in parts. First, we will be seeing the skeleton of it. We will be discussing about what is inflation, what are the causes of inflation, then types, and how the inflation is measured, what are the effects or impact of inflation, and how inflation needs to be curbed. So first, let me give you a brief overview, a skeleton of it, and then we will discuss in detail. So moving forward, in general, speaking in general, inflation means a general price increase, a general level of increase in price of any good or goods or services is inflation. Right. So let's take an example. Today, so let's take a gap of 10 years in general. So in 2010, we were getting a cost of 4 apples for 80 rupees. But the same 4 apples cost in 2020 has risen to 140. So this increase of rupees 60 is what we call as inflation. So this is what in general mean increase in level of price of goods or services. So when it comes to economy, everything is interrelated. We have cause and we have effect. So in the same way for inflation, let us see what are the causes. In these can be categorized into two. First, we have demand pull factors. Second, we have cost push or supply side related factors. Right? So, one demand pull, two cost push. So here we can also call it as supply side related. Okay. So what are those factors? Let us see in detail in brief, and then in detail we will be discussing further. Demand pull factors. So number one, government expenditure. Number two, deficit financing and increase in money supply. Number three, black money. We will be discussing in detail further how these factors affect or are cause for increase in general price or are the cause of inflation. Then number 4, increase in population. Number 5, increase in investment. Number 6, rise in income and wages. So, government expenditure, deficit financing, black money, increase in population, increase in investment, rise in income and wages. We will look in detail further, but let's now give me a overview, a basic skeleton. Then we have changing consumption pattern. We have excess in liquidity due to monetary policy rates, due to change in monetary policy rate. So excess liquidity in the market. So which mean like monetary under the monetary policy we see change in the interest rates. So then that further will leads to increase or decrease in the repo rate or reverse repo rate, and that further influence the financial market, and that will further lead to excess liquidity. Then we have forex reserves. So how in inflow or outflow of the forex reserves also impact the inflation. Now seeing the demand full, let's move on to cost push factors. So when it comes to cost push, it means the increase in the price from the back end, from the supply side. So what are those factors which lead to cost push, supply side related inflation? Number 1, change in output due to various reasons. So various reasons, like it can be some natural causes like monsoon and all. So fluctuations in output. This is the one reason. Second, increase in the import cost. Third, increase in the administered prices. Like under this, so here when it comes to import cost, like for example we import lot many things from other countries like China. So suppose if you are importing mobile phone, and if the cost of mobile phone or the parts which are embedded in the mobile phones, if that are increased, and automatically the price of mobile phone also increases. So that is one. So we will see in detail further. And then here increase in administered prices can be like increase in price of petroleum price or oil of that kind. Then we have hoarding. Cartelization. So here hoarding in the sense, like we know how the market, the people like who are big industrialists or who have storage, cold storage, or people like they tend to create an artificial increase in price. So what they do is when the price of a product or a commodity is less, they try to hoard it and then they try to create a demand, and that is how the price increases, and that will lead to inflation. And then we have a rise in wages. So this also is like wages in the sense like when wage increases, so automatically the labor cost. So this indirectly means the labor cost increases. So then, though this majorly impacts from the demand side, this also is a factor where it impacts in the cost push side as well, right? And then we have indirect taxes. So indirect taxes, because of indirect tax increase, automatically the cost of the product or the commodity what we buy also increases, and again that will lead to inflation. Now let us see types of inflation. So now just in a brief, we have seen the causes, demand pull and cost push. Now let us see in brief what are the types of inflation. First, hyperinflation. Then we have galloping inflation. Then we have headline inflation. Then we have core inflation. Stagflation. So these are the major types of inflation. We also have other types of inflation like creeping inflation, throttling inflation, running inflation, but these are the major types of inflation that we see. And inflation, which means rise in price, then definitely there should be opposite of it, that is decrease in prices. So we also have a term for it, and that is deflation. Deflation in the sense decrease in the prices. So where the price comes negative. Like for example, today let's take this pen itself. Let's take this pen itself, which may cost today 15 rupees, right? 2021. Tomorrow, after a few months or maybe after 1 year, let's take the price reduces to 10 rupees in 2022. So this decrease in minus 5 rupees is what we call as deflation. Then we have another term called disinflation. Disinflation. So here you are not confused, because here this is complete decrease in price. But disinflation is not decrease in price. It is slowing down of the rate of inflation, which means so disinflation. So here this is what we call as slowing down of rate of inflation. It means here prices are increasing but at slow pace. Let's see with the example. Now for example, let's take the example of books. Okay, so 4 books costed rupees 60 in 2012. The same 4 books costed rupees 80 in 2014. The same product costed rupees 100 in 2016. Now in 2018 we have 110, in 2020 we have 120. So here you see, in these 2 years we have 20 rupees increase, 20, here 10, here 10. So you see here it may be same, but from here increase in 20 rupees to we got increase in 10 rupees. So this is what we call it as disinflation. So we saw cause. So as we said, everything is correlated. When there is a cause, there will be also effect. So now let's see what are the effects of inflation in very brief. So what exactly on what entities the impact or the effect of inflation is seen. So inflation impacts growth, inflation impacts government, inflation impacts industry. The effect of inflation is also seen on imports and exports. This is also seen in investment. Then the impact of inflation is seen on creditors and debtors as well. Right. So on growth, and yeah, the very important one is the lending rates, because that is where the majorly it impacts as well. So because of inflation, lending rates also gets impacted, because when there is a rise in inflation, which means when there is increase in money supply in the market, so because with the help of monetary policy, our central bank, that is Reserve Bank of India, it increases the repo rate. And here we will discuss what is repo rate and all. To speak in brief, repo rate is a rate where the banks take the money or the loan from the Reserve Bank of India. So for that, RBI charges a certain rate of interest, and that is what we call as repo rate. So to decrease the money supply, RBI increases the repo rate. So that is how inflation impacts the lending rates. And then it impacts again growth, because growth is related with investment and then production and all. So again, that inflation will impact growth. Inflation will also impact government in the sense here the government policies, right? Government takes we have fiscal policy which taken by the government. So inflation impacts the government, industry obviously. Then it also impacts imports and exports, because with rise in price, our products may become costly in the other countries. So that is how. Then it impacts investment, it impacts debtors and creditors, because when there is a high interest rate, then the one who has taken the loan, that impact is seen on them. Alright, so again, even debtors, if someone want to take a loan from someone, from the bank, then if there is a high interest rate, so that will impact the people as well, and like the one who takes the loan as well. Right. As we saw, how the inflation is measured, because we need some parameter to see to what extent or how much the inflation has increased. We need some parameters to measure the inflation, how much it has increased from 1 year to a year or from one decade to another decade. So for that purpose, we have different indexes. Of that, majority or the major one are wholesale price index and consumer price index. These two are really very important. So these two are majorly considered when inflation is measured. Apart from that, we have producers price index, then we have real estate or housing price index, housing price index, and then we have services price index. So these are the majorly 5 parameters on which we measure the inflation. When there is an increase in price, or assume when there is decrease in price, or when there is no demand, or like recently we saw because of this COVID pandemic. Now demand has reduced. So when there is no demand, the economic activity also decreases. So now here, to increase the demand, and when there is demand or heavy demand, and when there is inflation, to decrease that demand, definitely two entities come into picture. Measure to curb inflation. So one is government and second is our central bank, that is Reserve Bank of India. So these two entities comes into picture to curb inflation, and government does it with the help of their fiscal policy, and RBI does it with the help of their monetary policy. Right. So again, in detail we will discuss further, but in brief, these are the two tools that government and RBI uses. Government takes measures through fiscal policy, RBI takes the measures through their monetary policy, where in this monetary policy, the repo rate and reverse repo rates are either increased or decreased based on the circumstances, and that is how further it impacts the whole cycle. So this is how we have seen the major things or major topics under the inflation. That is, first we saw what is inflation, then we saw what are the causes, then we saw types of inflation, and then we saw effect or the impact of inflation, then we saw how this inflation is measured, and then we have also seen what are the tools to curb inflation. Thank you.